At dusk the river learned my name. It spoke it in ripples, careful and bright, as if afraid to wake the town. I had come with an empty jar and a promise I didn't remember making. The bridge sighed above me, old with holding its breath. Somewhere a radio hummed a love song missing its chorus. I dipped the jar. Water climbed the glass and steadied. In it, a second sky settled, darker, truer. The river said, "Take only what you can return." I laughed, because rivers always sound like teachers who never grade you. But my hands shook. The jar warmed, as if it had a pulse. A woman stepped from the reeds wearing a coat stitched from maps. Her eyes were roads. "You're late," she said, kindly. She tapped the jar. "That's borrowed weather," she told me. The town had been living on it for years. Rain that remembered where to fall. Wind that carried lost keys home. Mornings that forgave yesterday. You came when the balance tipped. We walked. Lamps blinked on like patient stars. Doors opened to faces I knew by alone. Each took a breath and gave one back. The jar lightened. When it was empty, the woman smiled and folded herself into the dark, map by map. At the bridge I poured the last drop into my mouth. It tasted like iron and pears. The river forgot my name, and that was the gift. I crossed home lighter, unowed, while the town learned to make its own weather again. Weeks passed. The town tried its hands at clouds. Children practiced by blowing steam into cold jars, naming shapes with serious mouths. Bakers timed storms with ovens, coaxing thunder from yeast. At night, elders laid out chairs to argue with the moon, who listened and said nothing, which counted as agreement. I kept to the margins, learning how absence could be generous. One morning the bridge was gone, not broken, gone, as if it had decided to cross itself. The river spread, pleased, wearing the sun like a brooch. On the far bank stood the woman of maps, now in plain clothes. She waved without urgency. I knew then the promise I'd made, to choose. I stepped in. The water rose and fell around my knees, my waist, my ribs. It asked nothing. I carried nothing. Halfway through, the town exhaled behind me, a sound like bread cooling. Ahead, the woman waited, hands empty. I felt the weather gather inside my chest, unburrowed, and learned how to walk with it. Dawn arrived, and the river kept its counsel.